hours of meditation for the Earth. Our planet has existed for billions of years and has experienced climate change before. But this is the first time that the irresponsible use of resources has put our common home in great danger. To remedy this situation, the 21st Conference of Parties on Climate Change, COP21, will be held in Paris, France, from the 30th of November to the 11th of December 2015. This conference is crucial since 196 heads of state and 4,000 negotiators will try to reach an international agreement applicable to everyone in order to cope with climate change. The key to success lies in changing the behavior of citizens all over the world and the recognition that our planet Earth is sacred. It is not just a matter of defending our resources or our lands, but defending our souls and our humanity, because our true mission is to restore our brotherhood. And with this in mind, leaders of great religious traditions have each made a public statement condemning the use of fossil fuels and asking for everyone to engage efficiently in the fight against global warming. And that is why, on November the 1st, starting at 8 a.m. Paris time, millions of men, women, adults and children of all cultures and traditions all over the world are invited to participate in 24 hours of meditation for the Earth. The day will be organized as a worldwide peaceful sit-in with meditation and prayers from the islands in the Pacific to the west coast of the Americas. Each action will be retransmitted directly on the internet and at the Grand Rex Theatre in Paris as these events occur in each of the participating countries. Eminent representatives of all traditions will help us to look deeply into ourselves as we connect with each other and all of humanity. Artists and international soloists will give us their interpretations and their creations. At the Grand Rex and around the world on the 1st and the 2nd of November, there will be millions of us throughout the planet to proclaim that our Earth is sacred. We must be aware of our strength and that we really do have the capacity to change the world. If you would like to participate in this event, we welcome you, since we must be together, all together, if we are to succeed.
Gentlemen, the Brahma Kumaris have decided to join this initiative of 24 hours meditation for the Earth. Could you tell us about that?
It's wonderful that in Paris, as a preparation for this very momentous climate change conference that the UN has organized at the end of November and then going on to December, that we're preparing people's hearts and minds to be ready to do something for the Earth. And so yes, the Brahma Kumaris are very involved in climate change. As an observer, we've been attending the climate change conferences for several years now, and our contribution has been to make people aware that our thoughts, our feelings, our consciousness can have an impact on the Earth. And so across the world, we'll be joining in the meditation that's going to happen for November the 1st, but we'll also have a special meditation on the 18th of October. And that's going to be in Mount Abu, which is a very sacred pilgrimage place, the headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris, where at that time we'll have people from 60 countries gathered together to share an hour of silence, especially for the Earth.
Thank you. And you know there will be people from many faiths gathered together to share this momentum for peace and in meditation in their own trajectories and traditions. So can you tell us a little bit about your vision on that?
My personal involvement with interfaith goes back to 1974. So it's been a very deep interest of mine to see what it is that the faiths share in common. And what we share in common are our spiritual values. All the different traditions will say that peace, love, truth, non-violence, these are the things that are most important, because these are the qualities of the innate human spirit for everyone. But secondly, we also share our love for the inner journey through silence, through meditation, or contemplation or prayer, call it what you will. And so I found that whenever there are gatherings where people of different faiths come together, the most powerful moments are the ones that we share in silence. It interests me enormously to see that people will be coming from all the different varieties of backgrounds and traditions, and what people will do is to share in deep silence, in which we are projecting our thoughts and our consciousness to create a world of peace and harmony. But of course also within that peace and harmony lies not only our relationship of humans to humans or humans to the divine, but also humans to the world around us, all other forms of life, but also to all the elements of nature. And so this meditation is something that is very close to our hearts.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that, the impact of meditation on the environment? Because it is at the heart of this 24 hours.
We believe that every thought, every feeling carries a vibration that goes far beyond the reach of any human limit. For example, my thoughts are not restricted by time or distance. I can think about Paris, even though I'm sitting here in India now, and my thoughts can reach Paris within a moment, less than a moment. So our thoughts transcend limits of time and distance. And when our thoughts come together in a very pure and peaceful and powerful way, to be able to do something for the world, for people and the world in which we live, this home of ours, this planet, then those vibrations reach across.
So Sister Jayanti, what you're saying is that we can actually change our relationship with the earth and make a difference for the future.
So far, our relationship with nature has been a little bit disrespectful, I would say, in a sense that we've seen nature as a resource that human beings are there to exploit. Mm-hmm. For example, when we see a forest, we don't see the beauty of the trees or the fact that this is the environment, the habitat that offers shelter and home and food and nourishment to so many thousands of creatures that I couldn't even name. Mm-hmm. But instead of seeing all of that, we see the wood and we see the timber and we see pounds and dollars and euro signs in our eyes. Nature is abundant and bountiful, and we can just simply take and take and take. And so that's what we've been doing. Mm-hmm. But what it's meant is that we haven't cared for nature in terms of being able to sustain it. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, if you only take and you don't give back anything in return, it's unsustainable, mm-hmm. which is why for the last 40 years, 50 years, we've been talking about sustainability. Mm-hmm. And it's a very important word, but it means that we have to do something to make sure that we are caring and responsible for the resources of the planet. But most of all, on the inner level, what we can do is to share our thoughts of peace, of love, of purity, of truth, so that then we begin to build up a relationship of giving something back to nature. Mm-hmm. So I think that meditation for the earth is a wonderful experience, and I'm sure that whoever participates will feel that those vibrations are really reaching out and embracing the planet, so that the human inhabitants of the planet tell the world, the planet itself, that truly we love you and care for you. And it's wonderful that this event is happening in Paris, and all my good wishes. I know that you yourself will be there in Paris, and physically I'll be in India, but my thoughts and my subtle form will definitely be there with you in Paris.
Good. Thank you. So please join us in this meditation for the earth.
some of you may be aware that we're leading up to the UN conference on climate change, which will take place in Paris in December. But on November the 1st, there'll be people meditating all over the world, especially to bring peace to the earth. We wanted to dedicate this particular meditation hour towards peace for the planet, for the earth. And so one person sending out thoughts of love, and of course they travel far. Many people meditating together, and the energy multiplies. And especially when we meditate in union with one, then the energy of the one is brought into the world, and so that light and might truly reaches the whole world. And so let's begin our meditation, and we'll be remembering the one, but also we'll be sending out that light and peace to all the elements, the earth, the air, the water, fire, ether, and we share God's light, love and peace with all human beings on the planet, but also especially for all the elements of the planet. Om Shanti. In the awareness of the inner being, I connect with the Supreme. And with one thought, it's possible to move beyond the physical dimension and reach the world of light, the supreme element, which is eternal, stable, and pure. And in this home, with the parent of all, the Supreme, the eternal being of light, we look into the infinite space below, and from the supreme region of light we see spaceship Earth slowly rotating, moving through the days, moving through the seasons, moving through the year. And even from a distance, what is very clear, the sorrow that human souls are experiencing, but also the sorrow of all forms of life, and even the sorrow of the elements of nature. The collective power of negativity has become so huge that there seems to be darkness everywhere. And now, connected with the divine, we share the light of the Supreme with the elements. And gradually sending out our thoughts and feelings of peace, of love, of purity, and truth gradually reaches the elements and begins to bring harmony between humans and nature, harmony between humans and all forms of life, and nature itself. Filled with gratitude for what this earth has given to us in supporting life for millennia. Now we show our appreciation, our respect and love for this very precious planet, Mother Earth, the sky, the oceans, the fire, the cool breeze, and we continue to send the light of the divine to the entire planet, so that together we create a world of peace. Peace amongst all people, peace between people and nature, but most of all, we take the blessing of the Supreme to have peace in our hearts, so that at all times we become instruments to share peace.